Welcome, people of YouTube. Gagesh here again today. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for clicking on my video. So I got up nice and early because I wanted to talk about you've forgotten about you again. So when coronavirus kicked off, all this information got bombarded around through news, through media, through social platforms. Oh my god. Everybody forgot about themselves, and everybody forgot about them and taking care of themselves, and they were worried about everything that were going on. BLM protesters have kicked off now. All this crazy stuff's going on. Places are getting torn down. Statues are getting torn down. You know, and everybody seems to have forgotten about themselves again. So this video is about the direction of, you know, if you actually want to make a difference and make a change, it starts with you. It's no longer about what's popular or what's going on social media. See, social media's got such a powerful platform, and I've learnt this more and more over the space of 2020 even. Like, I didn't realise how powerful it actually is. You look at how information can get passed around, which is brilliant, but also false information, but also whatever seems popular on social media, whatever seems to be the agenda or the message on social media, that is the way people are starting to think. Like, this living social media platform is becoming a function of information and a function of conditioning to the way people think. You know, it happened on social media, this happened, so this is the way to think, this is how you've got to think. I've got to do this now, I've got to do that now because of what's been said on my phone screen. This is not a natural way of living. You are a human living creature, do you know what I mean, on a spinning ball in outer space. You're not meant to live through a phone screen. You're not meant to live of what people are telling you how to live, you know? And it's through gradual steps of 2020 that I've realised that, you know, people are literally living through this. Like, fair enough, it might be a good platform for social, for networking, for getting your content out, for doing your business. But social media, if you go on social media now, guaranteed, end of this video, go on social media and have a good look at what's on there now and what is the majority of what's being said. You know, it's just toxic. It's toxic information. It's no longer about fun and interaction. It's about, it's just gone mad, hasn't it? So in all of it, everybody forgets about them. And to make a obvious and consistent change within anything you do in life, or anything you want to do, it starts with individual choices. Individual choices. If you want to go make an actual difference, think, how can I make a difference? What can I do? Sharing a video on Facebook, you know, doing this, doing that, it's not really doing anything apart from feeding into this big hole that we've got going on the world. You know, you've got to ask yourself, why are media covering certain topics? Who's in control of the media? Who's, you know, providing the information? Who's pumping the information? What information is becoming more obvious? What are you seeing on TV? There's a reason you're getting shown this. If you're not realising this, then you're probably just way too deep into it. But why are you getting shown certain information? Why is it pulling you in certain different directions? For me, I just see it as big division. You know, what's happened is throughout the course of 2020 is disagreements with COVID-19, disagreements with BLM. You know, there's devastation all around the world that happens. You know, you've still got cultures around the world where they cut people's heads off and stuff like that. And I'm not comparing, I'm just saying there's so much stuff going on globally, but why are we almost just picking out one thing? You know, billions of animals are getting killed each year, people living in poverty, you know, and fair enough, what's happening is tragic, but you've got to ask yourself, why are we getting drawn to just one thing? And it's the biggest form of division, is the colour of our skin, when really there's just one human race. And if you're focusing on yourself individually and focusing on your individual choices, you won't have time to look at all of this because you're making your own way, you're making your own decisions. The thing is, if you're constantly feeding into social media and supplying yourself with that information, you lose touch of what you believe in. At the end of the day, life is one massive experience, but the only experience you can have is your personal experience. You can't experience what everybody else is doing, because there's only you in the shell. So make this a nice place. Make this the choice that you have. Don't concern yourself with everything else out there, because you're just going to lose it. You're just going to lose it, and you're going to become, you know, one of the numbers, one of the conditioned numbers that just repeats everything they've read, everything they've seen, everything they've been told. It's just a recording all the time. Oh, and you once you start hearing it and picking up on it, you'll realise that people just say what they've seen. They don't learn anything for themselves. They don't go out and pick a book up. They'll rather sit there and scroll through Facebook. They'd rather sit there and scroll through Instagram. You know, they do what's popular. They want the likes. They want people to follow them. They want people to see that, you know, if it didn't happen on social media, it didn't happen. You know, life's not like that. Life is raw. It's experience. Go and grab it. Go and do it. Don't get drawn into all this that's going on, because if you do, you're just going to lose years or even months of your life and your time that you're not going to get back. So don't waste it, man. Don't get lost. You've forgotten about you. As I always say on this channel, peace and love to anybody watching this. I wanted to make a video about it. You know, it's a very difficult topic to tackle because I didn't want to seem insensitive. I've been thinking about it for a while now, of trying to, you know, put it into a video of how I want people to kind of see a different light to it, you know. Yeah, I skate park last night. Seen a bunch of young people, you know, young girls and lads, you know, dressed completely different to how a young person, how I'd see a young person, you know. Everybody expresses themselves differently, you know, but you see people are taking photos of themselves, you know, they're dressing however they want, they're getting half the body out, you know, they're doing whatever they're doing, all for this social media attention. It's all grabbing this attention, and it's really sad, because that ain't what life's about, man. Life ain't about that. It's about your own personal experience. It's not about what everybody sees you as. So, yeah, man, make sure you take it easy. Don't get swallowed up in all the negativity. There's a big collective energy going on. You know, human beings collectively share energy. You might not realise this, but we do. And, yeah, the collective energy is getting really intoxicated at the moment. It's getting really, really intoxicated. You know, there's lots of negativity going on, there's lots of division, there's lots of animosity and anger, and you might have moments where you feel a bit down or you feel a bit depressed, and you're asking yourself why, and this is the reason, because you're picking up on the collective. So keep reminding yourself that anytime you feel down, anytime you feel negative, it's not your energy. Remind yourself this. Remember and tell yourself, I am no longer holding anybody else's energy. I'm sticking to my own energy. I'm sticking to my own vibe. If you just keep doing this, you'll remind yourself that you yourself are fine. It's everything else that seems to be going a bit topsy-turvy. And my last little point, before my little rant's over, is without chaos, we would not experience peace. Yeah, man.